Poor Tiny Tim. Poor little Tiny Tim. Poor Tiny Tim. Cold as can be. Cold as can be. Tiny Tim is cold. Warm him up then by making him listen to this great podcast.
Or a good bowl of soup.
Piping hot soup.
That would warm the little fella up.
I feel a bit sorry for him, really. But, you know, there's no soup on the shelves because people have been panic buying because of the weather conditions out there. So we're giving him this podcast. There you go.
Enjoy it, Tiny Tim.
Enjoy it, you little cheeky monkey, you. Stop limping as well, because I know that you're putting that on.
I actually saw Tiny Tim in the London Marathon, would you believe? So I think you're right.
You filmed that as well, didn't you? And you sent that to the police.
I did, and he's been arrested. For benefit fraud.
Tiny Tim, the benefit fraud.
It's got a ring to it.
Anyways, here comes the podcast, especially for you and Tiny Tim, who's listening to this
Behind bars.
And stay listening, because we have competitions on the Bapcast now, and an exclusive competition to the Bapcast on the way, where you can get your hands on a Sackboy from the Little Big Planet game. Sackboy is one of the main characters, I think, and this is kind of like would you say a toy Sackboy?
It's like a teddy, really. Apparently they're very hard to get hold of.
So you could win this just before Christmas. I doubt we'll get it to you before Christmas, but you know, you could win this. So stay listening. We'll give you a question and how to enter.
UK entrance only.
Yeah.
Only because it's Christmas. My budget's tight. I know we get downloads in Shanghai, so I don't fancy picking up the postage bill for one Sackboy to Shanghai.
All right then. Okay, only to UK residents, and we're going to be doing that after you've listened to the podcast. Here it is.
The weekly breakfast bath. Anyone? Anyone order the weekly breakfast bath with sauce, love?
Touch me in the morning.
I will not be derailed. I won't be. Not by you, not by nobody. Time for a quick touch me in the morning. Something that has touched me from the papers today, something that has made me think, something that has made me laugh, something that has made me cry. Not all those things at once, but that's the kind of sort of routine. If I see something that I thought you should know about, then I'll bring it to you on this bit of the show. A third of workers are grabbing 40 winks while they're at their desks, pretending to be concentrating on paperwork. People are starting to have little snoozes at work. And Monday afternoon, at around 1:40 p.m, is the best time for weary grafters to catch up on some much-needed sleep and fool the boss, a new survey has found.
How do they fool the boss?
By looking as if they're concentrating on paperwork, but actually they're having a bit of a snooze. But some managers were clued up to their staff's habits, with 1 in 10 staff saying they had been caught snoring at work. Another 16% had been caught dribbling. 16% of people caught dribbling at work.
I don't understand the fooling the boss bit. What, are they wearing those glasses with eyes painted on, maybe, to make them look like they're actually awake? How can you fool your boss if you're asleep? Surely it's obvious. Your eyes are closed, for a start.
Get in touch with us with your stories about when you have fallen asleep at work. I'm sure it's happened. Tell us the whole sort of story behind it, how embarrassing it was. Were you caught dribbling at work? 01623 666 000. Some people jumping the gun already getting in touch with us. Barry Magic in Shirebrook said that he was working at a biscuit factory. He fell asleep and he fell onto the production line and woke up actually packaged like a packet of beautiful custard creams. Then the staff were laughing at him, like in a giant packet of custard creams.
Just wriggling around.
see his face. Exactly. Good one, Barry. I think that's made up, if I'm honest.
Barry's a maverick.
He is a maverick.
Samantha Cartwright, she got in touch. She's from Mansfield. She said she was in a meeting at work and she fell asleep and nobody told her that she'd fallen asleep or woke her up or anything till after the meeting.
That's the unwritten rule. When somebody falls asleep, you don't go and wake him up, go, you've fallen asleep. You let them stay there, see how long they sleep for, and then afterwards make them feel really guilty about being asleep.
But Samantha Cartwright could have been dribbling away through the meeting, and you would have had to just stay there...
snoring.
While the meeting continues.
Obviously, it wasn't a very important meeting.
Oh, yeah, obviously not. Terry Danson from Kirkby said he fell asleep at work. He was kind of at a desk and his head lunged forward, hit a water bottle, and that water bottle then fell over and woke him up because it splashed all over his groin area.
Fell in his lap, yeah.
Fell in his lap, yeah, and then he had to explain himself to his boss, who obviously heard all the commotion.
And one final one, but please get in touch, 01623 666 000. Where did you fall asleep at work? It's actually dangerous in some jobs, you know.
Well, it's interesting you say that. Jack Sampson, he's from Mansfield, he said he used to be, years and years ago, he was a lifeguard on Bondi Beach in Australia. And anyway, he fell asleep, he was on duty, and 3 people were subject of shark attacks.
Ooh. Did he lose his job?
I should imagine he did, yes. I don't actually know, though, but I can't imagine that looks too good on your record.
On your CV.
Yeah.
He lost his job and some people lost limbs. It's time to talk weather, producer Rob.
Again?
Yeah, well, yes, again. New snow hell in winter blast is what the papers are going with at the moment, which means expect some bitter polar winds to hit Britain this week and paralyse the country for another month.
For another month?
Yes, another month.
Oh.
The nation will be battered by 8 inches of snow and 50 miles per hour winds from the Arctic, which will last until at least January the 9th, according to the weather forecasters. Thursday is the day we might see some more snow.
Are we talking as bad as last time or worse?
Well, from what they're saying here, they might be sort of like creating a bit of excitement about it.
The national newspapers?
They might be trying to whip up a frenzy. Bit of panic buying. We all love a bit of panic buying, don't we? If you were to do some panic buying, what would you get? What would be the first thing that you go to the shelves to get, just in case they run out?
Immediately now?
Yes, now.
Can't you get, like, Christmas dinners in a tin? And it's like a mixture of all the ingredients in a tin. And I'd get that just in case on Christmas Day I didn't have anything.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Okay, I might go and have a little waltz around the supermarket later on. I think I'll go for chipsticks.
Chipsticks?
2 reasons for that. One, obviously, very Moorish. Loving my salty chipsticks. But if we get lots of snow and there's a shortage of grit, you can throw your chipsticks on your drive and thaw out your drive so you can get your car out.
You can make a little pier of chipsticks
Exactly.
all the way to your car.
That's what I'm going to buy. I couldn't find them. They weren't in the right... I went to go and buy some yesterday. I was in the supermarket. I went to find them, thinking that they would be, you know, with the crisps. But they've moved them. They've moved them to the seasonal section.
They hadn't moved them to the helping you out with the bad weather section.
Well, seasonal section may suggest that there might be a tin of de-icer on there, as well as a Christmas pudding, in these difficult times, in this winter of discontent. But they've moved the chipsticks from the crisps aisle to keep them where they should be. It's the crisps aisle, that's where the crisps should be, not on the seasonal section. How are they seasonal? How are little crisps... How are they seasonal? Explain that to me.
I don't know, I'm sorry. Lena from Warsop called us, and she works at a supermarket, and she said, I'm not sure if it's the supermarket you went to, because she said the chipsticks are still in the chipstick aisle. Apparently chipsticks do come in seasonal packaging as well.
Lisa from News seems to know a lot about these chipsticks.
I actually know the reason behind this. Gist of it is, at Christmas, everybody buys lots and lots and lots of party food and lots of snacky food. So instead of having to send you down to the crisp aisle, then all the way back to all the other aisle where all the chocolates are, they put it all together so it's all in one aisle for you to get to.
Hang on, though, but I did not know this, and I'm off down the crisps aisle, pretty much all the way to the back of the store, isn't it, where the drinks are, yeah? It's kind of next to the drinks, next to where the pop is. Whereas the seasonal aisle is pretty much straight up at the front of the store, so you didn't have to walk all the... So I went all the way down there to walk all the way back.
But did you find, like, the mince pies as well, and the chocolate, and, like, the cheesy footballs? They're all there because at Christmas it's party food time, so it's easy to get to and it's at the front of the shop.
Lisa's come in and just made it very clear for us, and I appreciate that. Next year, when I'm shopping for my crisp sticks, I'll know. It's a life lesson on the show this morning.
Touch me in the morning.
Yeah! We're back in business, because this Touch Me in the Morning is a classic, and hopefully will help you out. Right, if you find the chore of packing gifts difficult, here we present Britain's best rapper. Yes! Not the Eminem type rapper, no, the best rapper of presents. This is a lady called Pat Punter, who's 57. She actually works at Amazon's colossal warehouse doing nothing other than wrapping presents. She raps all year round, and she's probably Britain's best rapper. She's in the papers today, page 32 in The Sun. She does all kinds of things in double quick time. How many minutes do you think it takes her to wrap a CD? It would take me about, I'd say, 5 minutes to wrap a CD.
Okay, I guess it's substantially less than that. 3 minutes?
4 seconds!
No!
Bang!
No!
Bang! 4
No!
seconds!
I refuse to believe it. No, there is no way you could give her a sheet of wrapping paper and a CD and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and she'd hand you back a perfectly wrapped CD.
Okay, difficult thing to wrap. A teddy. How long would it take to wrap a teddy?
It would take me at least 15 minutes.
This is Pat Punter, though, we're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. A minute?
33 seconds!
No!
Boom! Oh. Pat is good.
She's too good.
She's amazing. But last one, a book. A book, quite easy, because obviously it's, it's a sort of square shape, isn't it?
Okay.
A rectangle shape. Go on.
3 seconds.
Not that fast. That would be Superman, sort of, rapping.
Is it sub 10?
It's 45 seconds.
45
to
seconds.
do a book. Wow. This lady's good. She's so fast she can do a CD in 4 seconds, as I've already said. A book in less than a minute. She's a grandma of 5, gets through miles of paper every single day, wrapping thousands of items with 10 years behind her. It's the practice, you see. And she's working doing this, so she's obviously going to get better. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect, people. Whereas I only do it maybe a couple of times a year. I do it for birthdays and I do it for Christmas. Rubbish. I am rubbish. So basically, we want to hear from you. If you are as good as Pat Punter, how fast can you wrap a CD? Give it a go now. If you've got a CD that you've got somebody for Christmas, give it a go. Tell us how you did. Get a little stopwatch there. Maybe get your kids to count the seconds as they go up. I want to know whether you're fast at rapping, whether there's somebody in your family who is amazing at rapping, who needs to be celebrated this morning, like Pat Punter. Or if you want to tell us about the most difficult things to rap, the things that if we put in front of Pat, she'd go, oh, it's going to take me at least 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Right, time to run through some of the suggestions coming in. These are the hardest things you've ever had to rap. People getting in touch on Facebook, Rob. Hang on, let's get some rapping music on.
Is this certified rapping music?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Julianne Miller said the hardest thing she's ever had to rap is a pool table.
Crikey, a big pool table or one of those saw ones?
Oh, she doesn't specify.
We need more information.
More info. Sean Bennett says a cactus. It's got a peculiar middle name there, actually, Mr. Bennett. But he said a cactus, which would be hard to rap, wouldn't it?
Do you think he's joshing with us?
I don't think any mother would give him a real name, middle name like that.
No, I mean as in like a cactus.
Sorry.
Why would you ever rap a cactus? And no doubt that the lazy gardener Rob Foster would be reporting you to the Plant Society for cruelty to cacti.
Cactus make very good presents, apparently.
Because they last a long time and you don't have to water them?
Exactly those reasons, I think. They're low maintenance. Sandra Lillyman said a bike. Lol.
But they are difficult. I've been in that situation in the past. And you know what it is. As soon as you see it.
Yeah.
It's a bike.
Yeah, Michelle Hornblow said skateboard. Not easy at all.
It's not. The skateboards are difficult as well. So it's the wheels underneath.
Yeah. Sandra Lillyman's got back in touch again. Saying, what about you, Mr. Watkins? What's the hardest thing you've ever had to rap?
That's a good question. I bought my dad once a barrel of beer for Christmas, and so I had to have the pump put into the garage and everything. And that was tricky to rap.
Did you rap it, though?
Yeah, I tried to.
Oh, wow.
It was a bit like the bike situation.
Yeah.
I kind of knew what it was. It's a barrel of beer. Well done, Ian.
My favourite we've had in, Gaz Armstrong said the hardest thing he's ever had to rap was a puppy.
Oh, Gaz, no! Don't start rapping puppies.
No.
What you do with the puppy is you just put a bow around its neck.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, you've got to remember that the puppy is not just for Christmas. There's got to be some left over for Boxing Day as well. We're joined, Rob, by a bit of a legend, aren't we?
Yeah.
Morning on the show. It is
not me.
Well, no, you're on the show every morning. I would class you
You're
as
a legend, Rob.
Don't start bigging
It'll
him
go to
up.
my head, honestly.
It will go to his head. Andy Day is here. He plays Smee in the Palace Theatre Panto, Peter Pan, and it's going swimmingly well at the moment, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's going really, really well.
Up next, Andy, we're going to be having our rap-off.
Oh, yes!
Oh, yes. We're not talking rap. Have you ever done any rapping?
I do a few number raps every now and then.
I thought I heard a little bit of rapping in the show.
There is a bit of, you'll see, you'll hear a bit of number rapping there and a little bit of rapping about Mansfield as well, yeah.
Yeah. It mentions Mansfield 103.2 in his rap.
Absolutely does.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
They say, I remember the rap because we were mentioned in it.
Just for you people.
But we're not talking about rapping as in singing. We're talking about this kind of rapping, which is the wrapping paper. It's Christmas. Christmas is on the way, you know.
Christmas is almost here. I'm very excited.
And there's a lady who can rap a CD in 4 seconds.
What? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe it.
There is, and what we're going to do is producer Rob, myself, and Andy Day, we're going to have a rap-off so you can rap a CD in the quickest time, right? And also, it's not just the quickest time, it's what it looks like, the quality of the wrapping as well.
It's the quality as well.
Yeah, of course. You can't
4 seconds. I'd have liked to have seen that lady's wrap. Because I don't believe someone can wrap in 4 seconds perfectly unless she's one amazing rapper.
Well, she does it professionally. It's a job, so it's literally, it's perfect.
You're joking?
No, it's perfect.
I thought this was like another competition that you guys had with this person, but no, this is her job.
She's good.
She's in the national newspapers. She's that good.
I'll tell you what, we'll let you read today's article, and then we will get together in a few moments' time after some traffic and travel and Michael Jackson, and we're going to have a wrap-off here live on the show with Andy Day.
Yay!
Rob, explain what's happening here.
Well, there was a news story today, wasn't there, about a woman who works at Amazon or something like that, and she can basically wrap CDs are her speciality, and she can do them in 4 seconds.
Andy Day's with us still. Andy, she wrap a CD in 4 seconds.
I would like to meet this lady, Pat. I think she is an inspiration to people, rappers out there.
Certainly in the run-up to Christmas, we all want to aspire to be like Pat Punter. And,
Go, Pat.
Go, Pat. Go, Pat. So we've each got a piece of wrapping paper that's been provided this morning for us. We've each got some sticky back plastic. There it is. And we've also got some scissors as well, but I don't think we're going to need them. And we've each got a CD that we're going to be wrapping to see whether we can beat Pat Punter's 4 seconds. We're kind of having a wrap-off between my producer, Rob, myself, and Andy Day, who's at the big Palace Theatre Panto at the moment,
Yes.
Peter Pan. So are you ready, Andy? Do you think that you can sort of give it a go, see if we can beat Pat Punter?
I'm trying to be like Pat here. I'm trying to think how Pat would think, and I'm going to do it as fast as I can.
And what are you rapping? What's the CD you're rapping?
Ollie Murs.
Ollie Murs. What have you got, Rob?
I got a bit of JLS.
And I've got the fantastic Michael Jackson, the new album out today.
Yes.
I'm not being paid by Michael's estate, by the
Your
way.
commission.
Randy gave me a call this morning. He said, Ian, can you please plug in lots on the show? I don't think it needs any plug-in. I think that's going to be big. I think that's going to be the #1 album at Christmas. That's my tip for the top.
I think you're right.
In with us is our official timekeeper and the man who will be looking after today's wrap-off. He's a strict guy. It is Dave Rhodes from our sports team. Dave, what do you want from us?
I would like a lot of fair play in this wrap-off, Ian. I'm here to make sure there is fair play and ensure that Rob Howard loses. So, if you take your marks...
Who do you want to win?
No comment.
He can say he wants to lose, but he won't say he wants to win. It's a bit weird. Just tell us when. I've got some music here, and make as much noise as you want. See who wraps it first. Obviously, it's the first to finish in time, but then it will go to another decision, which is which looks the prettiest, which looks the best wrapped.
So it's quality as well as speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Points for both.
Okay, points for both. All right.
This is quite exciting, actually.
Yeah.
I'm
a little bit nervous, if I'm honest.
Don't worry, it's going to be fine.
No, honestly.
It's going to be good fun.
I'm shaking, I'm sweating.
It is a bit warm in here, isn't it? It's all these men. Right, okay, here we go. Are we ready?
Yes. Right, okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3, rap!
Oh, drop the CD.
You dropped the CD, hang on a minute.
So we've all gone for the just wrap it up approach, and no one's decided to cut anything. Rob's decided he's going to try and use the
I just don't believe 4 seconds. I just can't believe it. No.
I think that's done.
4 seconds. Hang on a minute. How? Oh, there's no quality there.
I've sacrificed quality for speed.
I'm done.
He's eating it.
I'm done.
Andy was like the tortoise.
I'm done there. And can I say, looking at yours, both of yours, the quality of this, Pat would be proud.
Hang on, let's have a look at that. You're not showing us the back. Look at the back. It's
All front and no back.
All right, okay, so there we go. Had a wrap. So obviously, Rob finished first there.
Rob finished first in a time of 13 seconds.
13.
Not bad.
That's not bad. That's almost punter time.
I don't know, but look at Rob. I mean, come on.
Ian
Surely that
clocked
can't
in
be fair. It's
at-
ripped as well. It's almost as if he's opened it. It's like a 5-year-old child that's opened and re-wrapped his present.
Ian clocked in at a time of 24 seconds.
I'm proud of that. What about Andy
guest star
Smeaday?
today, Andy Smeaday, clocked in at 42 seconds.
42 seconds? Hang on a minute. I'm sure I finished before you. This isn't right.
Calling for a steward's inquiry. are you?
my money back.
Don't worry, there's still the chance that, obviously you weren't there first on that, Andy, but there's a good chance that when it goes to the judges with regards to what it looks like, you might come out top, okay? That's happening next on the show. Right, Lisa's here. Right, it's time to judge these for quality, which is the presents we've wrapped this morning. We've been talking about Christmas wrapping on the show. So, Lisa, go through them, please. please. Tell us what you can see.
Right, okay, we'll start with Ian's. Ian has done the whole just stick the tape on and make big loops and stick it together. Just basically lots of tape. And
Poor attempt.
yeah.
Poor attempt.
Good!
I'll give that a 3.
A 3 out of what?
10.
What?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That is ridiculous!
Okay, right, Rob's. No, in fact, no, I'm gonna do Rob last. I'm gonna do Andy's. Andy's is the best.
Thank you very much.
Wait, Andy's the best.
Yes, look at it.
it's
He's
not.
done the whole folding of the corners, the nice sellotape. On the front of the CD, there's no gaps or no lines or no sellotape. That's a good
Thank
present
you very
right there.
much. Thank you.
So I'm giving that a 9 out of 10.
Come on! 9 out of 10!
That's ridiculous. How can that have a 9 and mine have a 3?
Oh, a big star comes waltzing in. Oh, he gets 9 out of 10 because he's on the telly.
Okay, Rob's then quickly.
I wonder what mine's gonna be.
Minus 10 for Rob.
Minus 10!
It is actually awful.
It
He's
is-
just...
It is rubbish.
You can see what it is, and it's ripped.
What's he given to you?
A JLS CD.
So who's the overall winner then? What happens there?
I'm going to pick Andy as the overall winner.
Thank you.
This is ridiculous.
Well done.
I might come and give you a kiss on the cheek for
Aw,
that.
thank you.
Here we go. Was this all set up beforehand? I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. You ready for the blast? Are you ready for the cold, icy blast? Well, let Mansfield 103.2 be your heater. One of those electric heaters, but not as expensive. They are expensive, those electric heaters.
I know, I don't have one. I can't afford it.
I've got one. My bill's going to be through the roof.
You have it on all the time as well, don't you?
Not all the time, but I like a little blast of it.
A big blast of it.
I do like a little bit of a blast of it on my little toes. Keep me warm and toasty. I'm a hothouse flower, my friend. I cannot take any more of this weather.
Do you have the finances to back it up, though? That's a question. It's fine being a hothouse flower, but if you've got no money to pay for the heaters...
You were asking me about the music I've been playing, the Christmassy type music.
Yeah, it's kind of like funky, Christmassy sort of stuff.
It's not funky.
Well, I don't mean funky literally in its dictionary sense.
You
in
have no
funky
idea
disco.
about music, do you?
No, I do, but I mean funky in that it's kind of different and a bit strange.
Your funky music. It's salsa orientated. It's Mexico orientated.
Funky.
It's not funky.
It's funky. It's like if I have some salsa dip, it's a funky dip.
George Clinton is funky.
Don't know who that is.
Exactly. You know nothing. Nothing about
I know what I
music.
need to know.
You know about the Smiths
Yeah.
and bad new bands like the Psychedelic Monkeys.
The Psychedelic Monkeys are a fantastic band, much maligned.
I don't know who they are. I just plucked those out of the sky. I know more about old music than I do about new music, if I'm honest. And I love... Yeah, so you asked me about the funky music that I was playing, as you described, which isn't funky. And I said, well, it's a bit of brass. It's a bit of brass, my friend. And you were like, wow, let me just have a look at where you get this from. And I showed you the album, and you were going, oh, to you on a Christmas. Is that it? What did you say? Is that somewhere in...
Africa.
Africa? No.
Is it somewhere in the Bahamas?
No, it's not. It's south of the border, Mexico way, my friend. I'm going to be educating you on the music of Tijuana and their brass and their Christmas hits in a few moments' time, so prepare yourself.
I'm prepared, I'm ready.
And if indeed you, as well, are not a knowledge on this, I'm going to teach you between now and 7 the magic of the Christmas hits as done by a mariachi band.
I can't wait.
So this morning is going to be an education. Yes, you were asking about the music that I play, the music that sometimes we have underneath us when we are speaking. And because it's Christmas, I've moved over to my Christmas music, and you were asking about it, weren't you? Why were you so intrigued?
Well, I kind of recognise the tune, but I'd never heard it done in such a crazy trumpety manner before.
Such a jaunty style, would you say jaunty?
Yeah, why not?
You thought
it's Christmas.
You thought it was African music, though?
Well, I just thought it sounded like a culture I wasn't familiar with myself.
Tijuana brass, which is something that I don't think you've ever come across before. I mean, you must have heard of Herb Albert.
Never heard of Herb Albert, no.
He is the king of the jaunty trumpet, and he did some fantastic stuff. Did a couple of songs. One of the songs called Tijuana Taxi, and it sort of led to a big sort of outburst of Tijuana sort of mariachi band music from Mexico, because Tijuana is literally on the border of Mexico and the US of A. That's a little bit of a dive type place, apparently. It's not the nicest of places, but it's where this music was born. when the music of the mariachi band was born. And they brought out an album in 1968 called Tijuana Brass. I think it's called Tijuana Christmas, actually.
Yeah, Tijuana Christmas, the sound of brass.
And my parents had this on the old record. Do you remember that vinyl?
Well, I've seen it.
I don't remember it, but I have seen it, Ian. So you do remember it then?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so they had this record. I used to listen to it as a kid. I used to love it. Very jaunty stuff. You know, get you up in the morning dancing. And I believe you found it.
Well, I found some information on the album.
I'm loving the front cover.
Yeah, it's got a picture of a little Santa on a heap of presents playing a trumpet with a sombrero on.
See a little hint of Mexico there on that little shot.
You haven't even started listening yet, and you know to expect something a bit Mexican. Here's a bit of the blurb on the back. It says, on this record you find your favourite carols in an unfamiliar guise. We've called the album Tijuana Christmas, but you will find the mariachi sound taking on a richer and more varied flavour as the Toreo band bring out the charms of our most beautiful carol tunes in imaginative... brand new arrangements. Is there any of that on the CD?
That's what the Mexicans do, isn't it?
Oh dear, that's not pleasant on the ears. The Holly and the Ivy sets a pace with a bright, sparkling beat that even adds to the gaiety of one of our oldest and liveliest carols. Silent Night, a much more recent and much more devout carol, is given a quite contrasting treatment, slow and tender. Hark the Heralds, Angels Sing sets off again at a brisk, bouncy pace. And if you feel like dancing, why not? It may come as a surprise to you that our oldest carols used to be dances, and that the word itself described a form of circular dance.
So this is on the back of the record. I never read the back of the record when I was a kid. I'm excited. So I've given you the opportunity. I've given you the whole album there. Are you going to choose a little... You're going to hear a little snatch?
Yeah.
What are you going for?
I think we're going to hear a little bit of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen first.
Okay, a little bit of that. Let's hear this. We'll get Minnie's here today as well. So, Minnie, put your headphones on and have a listen to this. You're going to love this. Here it comes. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, that Jesus Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save our soul from Satan's claws and never go away. Oh, it's tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, it's tidings of comfort and joy. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
Were you singing on the original record?
No, I wasn't.
No, okay. I like it.
I liked it.
Yeah, Minnie's loving it. The way these mariachi guys do it, it's infectious. You know, you're sort of drawn in. Traffic and travel on the way, but Rob's rushed in. Who's on the line?
We've got Herb Albert on the line.
Herb, how you doing?
Hey up, you're right.
Yeah, not so bad, Herb. Where have you been all my life?
Well... times are hard. You know, Mexico is struggling with a massive drugs trade, and I got wrapped up in that, unfortunately. I've had to, find sanctuary in the UK, and I've ended up living above a fruit and veg shop in Blidworth. So that's where it's at. I'm trying to locate all my buddies, and hopefully they're not going to be in a mass drug baron's grave in Mexico. And when I can find them and their instruments, we're going to try and put a gig on at Clipston Miners Welfare, believe it or not. So perhaps next summer.
Have you still got your trumpet? Do you get it out every now and again and give it a toot?
Well, it's a bit dusty, but I do get it out and give it a stroke every now and then, just give it a bit of a polish and play a few tunes, but people next door flat are not bothered, really. I start playing my trumpet and, I just get a lot of abuse, basically, and it's not really worth it, is it? Sad times, really, sad times.
It is sad. It's fallen on the hard times there. I mean, obviously hearing this music this morning has inspired you to call us.
I don't know about inspired me. I'm a bit embarrassed by it, to be honest.
Why are you embarrassed, Herb?
Well, I mean... trumpeting and Christmas, it's all a bit depressing nowadays, isn't it? Christmas, what's that all about? Doing a cheesy Christmas album just for the money. I think that's what it was all about. And where's my money now? Gone, hasn't it? Sad times, yeah, sad times.
And how about another one?
Okay, another one.
What about Once in Royal David City? You ready?
This is your favourite carol of all time.
Oh, I love this carol.
How can this be your favourite carol of all time?
This is one of my favourite songs of all time.
Royal David City. You need a bit. King Wenceslas last night down on the feast of Stephen.
No, it's like an anthem. No.
King Wenceslas last night down on the feast of Stephen.
No, well, obviously if you sing it like that, you can sing the blooming conga like that and it sounds depressing.
Go on then, Once in Royal David City, then press it. This is still hot.
Oh, is it still hot there? Yeah. I was going to say, it's all very similar.
Our travel guy wonders what on earth is going on. Hopefully we're inducing a smile on his face too. Once in Royal David City, Tijuana Christmas. Take it away. Mournful. It's the most mournful carol of all time. Even the Tijuana boys can't bring life into that. Right, so we're talking about alternative Christmas music this morning, and I've been educating you and Rob about, and Minnie.
Good morning.
Are you educated, Minnie?
Yeah.
Are you loving the mariachi band?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Great. You look a bit Mexican, if I'm honest. Is there any Mexican in you?
Oh yeah, like 7%.
7%? Ah! So,
Ay.
oh my crikey. Tell us about your Mexican links.
My great-granddad come over in the war, slept with my grandmother and went back.
Alright, there you go.
And then stayed in California.
Bish bash bosh.
That's it. Ay.
Oh, crikey. So he was a loving and leaving type, was he?
Definitely.
Comes over here with his trumpet, uses it a lot, and then goes back over there again. Was he in a mariachi band?
No, I don't think so.
Did he have a moustache?
He had a moustache.
Of course he did. You find out lots, don't you?
You do? I had no idea. What a fascinating story.
So you're is that a quarter or sixth? You say sixth Mexican.
No, was
I don't know, I'm not good with maths. So.
It's a small proportion.
Let's work this out. If you were on, what's that programme on the telly where they take somebody and you are what you are? No? What is it called? You are who you were?
You are who you eat?
No, there's no eating
It's
involved.
the cannibal.
It's not, you know...
Oh, is it on BBC Two?
Well, it can be, yes, it might be on that channel, I don't know. Basically, it's a programme where they take a famous person... and
who do you think you are?
Yeah. Minnie would be great on that.
Yeah, she'd be fantastic. And there'd be like black and white photos of this Mexican guy.
Here he is, Pancho.
Boarding the plane back home.
So what happened? So he came in the war.
Yeah, but you know his father, my great-great-granddad, he rode with the great, my granddad told me the other day.
Go on, he rode with...
A great Mexican revolutionist, and I can't remember what it's called.
Oh. Wow, this
I had
is
to get back
good.
on that. It just like a light bulb just went ting.
In order to warm the cockles and to put your mind off the weather, we've got our fantastic Fishmas party on the way, and we'd love you to come along with us. The only problem is we can't take you all. We've only got 32 places, so we've got, I think, 8 tables of 4 to give away. We've already given away 3. So we've got another one to give away today. What you get is, you get to come along with us, the Breakfast Show team, to Phillips, the fish and chip restaurant in Forest Town. You get to have a slap-up fish and chip meal, or perhaps even a kebab if you're not into fish and chips, with your friends or family, and you'll get to play a Fishmas quiz. We're doing that there. We've got some entertainment too. I believe an accordion player's coming along. We've got to get that all sorted out this week. And it's going to be good fun. And you get to meet us as well. Don't let that put you off. So all you need to do is get in touch with us if you can answer this question that is put to you by the question card. Here's this morning's. I'm down here at the Sutton Rares. I'm doing a spot of fishing, trying to catch the mythical question cod. Oh my goodness, I think I've got a bite. Whoa, whoa, it's a big one. Oh, wow, what a whopper. It must be the question cod. Hello, I'm the question cod. Complete the famous book title this morning. Is it A, Moby Man? Is it B, Moby? Or is it C, Moby Dick? One of them's a whale. Yes, indeed, one of those is a whale. We're talking about the famous book. I forget who it's written by now, but the guy that was chasing this whale was Captain Ahab. There's a clue for you. So we had the question this morning from the question cod. We put him back in the res now, but the question was, what's the famous title of this book? Is it A, Moby Man? Is it B, Moby, or is it C, Moby
Dick.
01623 666 is the number that we were calling on, but we're going to say, go on, have some more music. Great.
Would you want the winner?
Yes, please.
Right, the winner. The winner was Angie Acton from Clipston.
Yes, well done to Angie. You're
Well
going to be
done,
coming along
Angie.
and having a slap-up fish and chip supper with us next Wednesday. Let's hope you can make it. And we'll have another question tomorrow. Of course, Moby Dick is a famous book. We still don't know who wrote it.
It's about a big white whale.
It was about a whale. Moby Dick was a whale, and Captain Ahab was the guy who was after the whale. And what else? That was it, wasn't it? And the first line was
Call Me Ishmael.
Call Me Ishmael was the first line of the book, but we don't. 01623 666 Who wrote that?
Search me.
We should have asked the question card when we pulled it out.
He's a question cod, not the answer cod. He just has questions.
Surely he knows the answers to his
No,
question.
he doesn't have a clue. He's an idiot. He just has loads of questions.
So have a go at the question card. He's a very talented fish.
Well, he's talented, but he doesn't have much answers.
Come on, he's a talking fish. He lives in the Sutton Reservoir. What's wrong with you?
But he talks nonsense, largely.
Talk nonsense.
Have you ever actually sat down and spoken to the question cod? He's an idiot.
She's giggling again. Minnie's here, by the way. She helps us on breakfast every now and again.
Good morning.
Yeah, again, good morning to you. Maybe this personal time. Hello, line one. You're live on the radio. Who wrote the Moby Dick?
I think it was Herman Melville.
It was Herman Melville.
Yes. Who's this?
Kathy Sissons.
Kathy Sisters. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
She's a crackling Kathy this morning. Crackling Kathy getting on the radio. Producer Rob is here. Earlier on, I've been talking about the magic of the mariachi band, the fantastic Tijuana Christmas. We got our Fishmas party on the way. Somebody suggested to me, why not get the mariachi band to come to the Fishmas party? So I set Rob on a challenge whilst that song was playing. What are the chances of this, Rob? What's going on so far?
Okay, so I managed to find 2 mariachi bands in the country.
In the UK, yeah.
In the UK. Both sadly based down in London.
I suppose there's a big need for them down in London.
Yeah, they're all over, they're fully booked, but they were free for Wednesday evening.
The 22nd.
22nd, they're around.
Yeah.
How many mariachi men would you like to appear? How many were you looking at?
I don't know, I was thinking 4.
4, okay, well I can do 3.
Yeah.
What's the budget?
Let's not talk budgets.
£600?
£600?
Is that in budget for 3?
For 3 mariachi band players?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That's a huge amount
I couldn't
of money.
stretch to that.
Yeah, neither
But
could I.
wouldn't it be amazing, though, to have a mariachi band playing in the corner of Phillips Fish and Chip Restaurant whilst people are eating their fish and chips?
Yeah, it would be different.
It would
certainly.
It would be amazing. Minnie, £600, have you got it?
Hell no.
Did you ever take part in a nativity play? I can't remember. I don't think I did.
I think I did. I was Joseph one year.
You were that's a big part.
Yeah, I was a big-time actor back then.
Wow. But I think I'd be a sheep or something like that. If I was in it, I don't think I was good enough to be in such a leading role.
I remember it was a bit of a poison chalice, though, because obviously, what are you, like, 9, 10? And it was at the time when, you know, guys obviously still thought girls were, like, a bit yucky. And I had to walk around holding Mary's hand, and all my friends bullied me, going, like, and I was, like, really ashamed of myself.
The only thing that I remember playing is that, do you know that Henry VIII song? I'm Henry VIII, I am. You know that song?
In the nativity play?
No, well, I was involved in something at school where I did that. I don't think I sung that in the nativity play. Maybe I was there in the inn singing that when they said, I'm afraid we're too busy here listening to Ian sing I'm Henry VIII, so you're going to have to stay in the barn. All right, then.
Maybe.
What did you play in the nativity? Get in touch with us, 01623 666 I know somebody was dressed up as a Christmas pudding for the nativity.
I don't remember that in the Bible story.
No, neither do I. Gold, frankincense and a Christmas pudding. I tell you what, I prefer that than myrrh, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yeah, of course I would.
Not a fan of the myrrh?
Well, I don't even know really what it is.
Is it kind of, it's like oil, isn't it?
So bring me a Christmas cake or a Christmas pudding or potentially a mince pie any day of the week other than myrrh. I don't think I was good enough to be in the Berry Hill nativity play.
You weren't good enough?
I was a bad guy. Back in sort of like first school, I was a naughty chap.
Couldn't you have been like the naughty innkeeper who turned them away? You'd have been perfect.
The cheeky, naughty innkeeper.
Exactly.
Maybe. I wasn't allowed to be in it. I probably just watched it. I can't remember. I have to ask my mum whether I did actually take part in a nativity. She's listening now. Text me, Mum. Did I take part in a nativity? Can't remember.
If you could have, what part would you have wanted?
I don't know, a sheep or a goat or something like that.
You'd have aimed for sheep.
I don't want...
You've got to aim higher than sheep.
No, I don't want to aim high. I want to go for something where I'm going to be in the background. I don't have to do too much. Don't have to learn any lines, because I'm going to muck them up. Have you heard the show?
Would you be able to handle bar?
Bar.
You're a natural.
Exactly. I'd easily do a sheep.
What were they missing out on?
Would have loved to have been a sheep. My mum's been in touch. I knew she'd be listening. Says you were a shepherd at about 5, and then you were a singing king one year.
A singing king?
I was a singing king. This is great. I forgot about this. She says, I can't believe you forgot such starring roles.
The king is big news.
My mum's proud of me. I was a king. Lisa, you were
I was the Angel Gabriel, actually, and then realised Angel Gabriel was actually a boy. So I must have looked like a man as a child.
A pretty man. He's meant to be, like, very angelic looking. So that's a small positive.
And you were again?
I was the lead role. I was Joseph, baby. Yeah.
Joseph. Well, I don't know whether he is the lead role, if I'm honest.
Well, I think Jesus probably is.
I think Jesus gets the main billing, and he's not normally played by a kid.
No.
And then I think Mary, the innkeeper's a big role, the king's a big role. Not so sure about Joseph. I think that I beat you on the king there. The shepherd's a big role. I was a shepherd. I did 2. Where were you in the second year of Nativity? You were dropped.
I think maybe I was dropped. I can't remember.
You must have been a rubbish Joseph. I was a shepherd the first year. I was so good, they made me into a king.
Kings are like divine beings, and I was Angel Gabriel, so I was divine being.
Yeah, so she was better than me.
Hang on, I was the father of, the saviour of the world.
No.
Technically, you didn't have anything to do with it, man.
No, but I brought him up. Oh, he wouldn't be performing those miracles had I not given him a good upbringing, I like to think.
It is time for Touch Me in the Morning, and today's story is older people can be excused for sulking and having tantrums after scientists found their brains have not learnt to be adult.
Right.
This is the new story. They discovered that the brain does not stop developing until we are in our 30s or 40s. So that means my brain's stopped now, because I'm well into my 30s. It means many people still have teenage personality traits, even when their own children are in their teens. The findings by the University College London explain why seemingly respectable adults sometimes cannot resist throwing a tantrum.
It makes sense, I guess.
I regularly have tantrums. I'm kind of like the Elton John of Mansfield 103.2. Normally at breakfast time.
Yeah, it's definitely worsened between the hours 6 till 10. I think you mellow out after then. Maybe it's something about lunchtime that chills you out, but before then, my goodness gracious me.
This is a pressure cooker. In here is a pressure cooker, and working with you certainly is proving difficult at the moment. You do wind me up something rotten. Apparently, you like that, though. People call up and they go, "Go on, Rob, wind him up some more." I will not rise to it. I will not rise to your taunting, because that's what I think it is. I think your ineptitude is put on just to wind me up, because the listeners want that.
Ineptitude? Hang on, where's this come from? Name me the last time I was inept.
I can't exactly go for a specific, but let me tell you right now, every day something happens that I think, I can't believe it.
Every day?
Every day. Something happens.
But is that down to my ineptitude, or the fact that this new scientific discovery that your brain just isn't still fully developed yet?
Well, I mean, it could be either or, couldn't it?
So really, it's not my fault, it's your brain that's the real villain.
The reason why I have, well, not tantrums, but get angry, is because of you winding me up.
What's the biggest tantrum you've ever had?
Somebody bought me some ice cream once that wasn't the ice cream that I wanted.
And you just lost it?
And it arrived, I was like, look, I said I wanted this particular ice cream, not that ice cream. And I don't know what was wrong with me. This is a long, long time ago.
Makes you sound like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, a little bit like
That's
Mariah.
awful. I was going to say, mine was when I was, about 8 or something, and I think we went on holiday, and we rented bicycles, and I couldn't actually ride without stabilisers, and they didn't have any with stabilisers, so I had to basically teach myself to ride whilst on holiday, and I just lost it in the middle of this cycle path, and I picked my bike up and threw it into a hedge, and walked all the way home.
That's disgraceful, but you can be forgiven because you're a child. I think the better stories are when you have a tantrum when you're a little bit older.
What, the ice cream was? I thought you meant the ice cream was when you were like 13 or something.
I was in my 20s.
Oh
man.
my God, that's just so much.
I just lost it. I cannot describe what happened that day. I was up against it anyway. And I can't remember now, I was hard up for cash. which seems to be the story of my life. And I signed up for cash, and I'd asked this guy to get me this particular ice cream, which he'd misheard and then bought me something else. Now, the ice cream that he bought me, I couldn't eat. For whatever, I'm not going to go into the reasons. I could not eat that ice cream.
Right.
So I got very angry. Very angry
Did
indeed.
you shout at him or at the situation?
There was other people there as well. It was very embarrassing.
What were you shouting like, you idiot, ice cream?
Yeah, it was like that. I'm not going to recreate it here because
that'd be perfect.
My blood is starting to boil a little bit now talking about it.
Let's change the subject then.
The person who it happened with, I'm still good friends with.
Okay.
And every now and again, the story comes up of the pralines and cream ice cream incident.
Pralines and cream.
Pralines and cream. Sorry.
Oh no. Are there ever little moments where you're in the supermarket, you see pralines and cream in the freezer and you get flashbacks?
No, I do. That's my favourite. It was he bought me something else.
Oh right, okay.
Something that sounded like that.
Was it pistachio?
No, it wasn't pistachio.
That is a horrible ice cream flavour.
What are we doing today? Because I am not going fishing in the reservoir. It's too cold.
You're not going to...
I am not going to fish out the question cod today. I've had enough of the question cod. For starters, and it's too cold over there, and there's ice starting to form on the reservoir. I'm not going. I'm having a diva moment.
How are we going to get the question if we have no question cod?
Well, luckily, I went into Phillips yesterday.
Right.
And I've got a question off somebody. Oh, I think I'll just pop into Phillips to see the guys ahead of the Fisherman's Party. Oh, where is everybody? That's strange. The rotisserie seems to have eyes and a mouth. Hello.
Hi, I'm Reginald, and I'm a rotisserie. Don't ask me why I talk, but I just do. And I have a question for you. Which of the following is a classic kebab? A. Donut, B. Doner, or C. Saveloy?
Unbelievable. I walk into Phillips and their kebab rotisserie talks to me.
How convenient for our quiz.
And who's won a table of 4 today?
It's Deborah Wells from Mansfield.
Because she got the answer right, which was from Roger the rotisserie.
Reginald the rotisserie.
Why Reginald?
Because it's his name.
All right.
You can't choose your name, Ian. His parents did.
This is a talking kebab.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
The man who played the talking kebab is here, Joe Allen.
Quite brilliantly, may I add. So.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Joe. Good
Thank
work. The thing with it was it was very much you being you. You were playing it as you.
Yep, that is what I was told to do, and that is what I did.
Right, okay, well, I want a little bit more acting, possibly on Monday, if that's all right. A little bit, so ham it up a little bit. Do your best Mansfield accent.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Do as a quick Reginald. Hello, I'm Reginald the rotisserie.
Is it a bit of acting or as me?
Well, do it as you first, and then we'll help you with the acting.
All right, my love, I'm Reginald the rotisserie.
Is that you yourself?
No,
you don't speak like that, Joe.
Okay.
All right, okay, so now more. Give us some more. Now, think of yourself on that little spit turning round.
Help me, I'm Reginald the rotisserie, I'm burning.
No, not help
He's
me.
happy.
You're happy, you're loving it.
That's what he does, it's his job.
Yeah, okay, so it's your job. You wanted to fill up people's tummies. Think happy. Here we go.
I'm Reginald the rotisserie, and I look very juicy on this Spitfire.
On the spit, he's on a plane.
Like on a Spitfire?
On this spit roast, one more time.
I'm Reginald the rotisserie, and don't I look juicy on this spit?
Roast.
One
more time.
I'm Reginald the rotisserie, and don't I look very juicy to eat on this spit roast?
Another week, another Bapcast.
Were you listening, though? Were you paying attention? Because the question for our competition is related to what you've just heard. Anyway, so what we got up for grabs is this.
Sackboy!
Which is from the Little Big Planet.
PlayStation game, I believe.
Yeah, and it's officially licensed product for PlayStation. More items like this that we're giving away on the podcast over the few weeks are made by Game On, the UK's #1 gaming, gift and accessory brand, available from Argos, Asda, Tesco, Game and many other great high street stores. Thanks to Game On for getting on board with us here on the Bapcast.
Yeah, thanks to those guys, and we've got, over the next couple of weeks, we've got a load of great prizes to give away. The first of which is Little Sackboy.
And if you want to see what Sackboy looks like, you can follow both me and Rob on Twitter. I'm twitter.com/Watko, and you're...
At Tiny Rob. Hang on, what's all this twitter.com stuff? Maybe this is why I've got so few followers.
Twitter.com/Tiny Rob.
That's the one. That's the correct one.
So you can find out what it looks like, because we'll put pictures on there for you. So there you go, Sackboy up for grabs. So this is the question.
The question is, which CBeebies star joined us and helped us in the wrap-off in this week's podcast.
So you can enter the competition by going to our website. That's Mansfield 103.2's website, mansfield103.co.uk, and there's a little form on there which you have to fill in, and that'll come to us. And then next week on the show, we'll reveal who's won, and we'll have another competition with the guys at Game On.
Sounds good to me, and we'll mail out the product.
We've gone all corporate, haven't we? Which is cool.
No, we haven't.
Obviously, it's good that we've got prizes. It means that people think that we're good enough to have prizes.
That's true.
And this is exclusive to the Bapcast. Anyways, so you're not too shabby bit.
As always, on a Friday, Mr. Rob Foster, the lazy gardener, pops in. And today he went on one of the rambliest rants I've ever heard, and it was just fantastic. He's giggling at his own appalling jokes, and there's some cheeky little euphemisms in there as well.
He was talking about, basically, rhubarb, and we're just in the background giggling.
Yeah.
So I hope you have a giggle too.
Tell them mention a few tips on rhubarb as well. When you pick your rhubarb and it stores in the kitchen, they tend to go a little bit flaccid. So if you just stand them in water, they will stand up again and they'll be absolutely perfect. The sticks will be nice and turgid. And while we're on the subject of rhubarb, if you've got rhubarb in the garden there, now's the time to put an upturned dustbin over it and force it to put the rhubarb. These are non-gardeners. You see what I'm talking about? These are non-gardeners. So it's perfectly true what I'm telling you, that your rhubarb, as most gardeners know in the road, put an upturned dustbin over it, it forces a rhubarb, and you get some lovely, long, tender, pink sticks. They don't need sugar on them. They don't need anything on them. They can be eaten just as they are. And you can hear them in the studio here. You can see what I'm up against in the studio. I'm really up against it.
Weekly Breakfast Bab. Join us next week for more.
Mansfield 103.2